Last time on the Living Wild Family. We were headed out on a camping adventure when the brakes suddenly went out on our truck. We had it towed 50 miles to the closest mechanic, and it didn't take long to get into more trouble once we got the truck back. We spent an entire day exploring roads less traveled until we blew the sidewall out of our tire, hours from civilization. Ron had us fixed up within an hour, and we had the joy of celebrating being back on the blacktop. Join us this time as we attempt another camping trip. It's been 5 days since the brakes went out on our truck. It's been 3 days since we blew the sidewall of our tire, and we're gonna give camping another go. We're hoping that these things don't happen in threes, because if they do, something bad might happen today. What about you?
I'm ready.
Are you ready? Camping adventure take 2! Woo! All right, the place we wanted to camp still has somebody at it, so we have to move on and find another spot.
Dad, don't make your brakes go down.
Thank you, I agree.
This is the site of losing our brakes. We were here the other day, and the reason we vetoed it is because I really want to camp near the water, and it would mean hauling all our stuff in. But Ron is such a good husband, he's going to haul all the stuff in. Aren't you, honey? Yeah. Should we go see if we can help carry a few things?
Yeah.
Okay. Just a mini adventure. We're gonna carry all of our extraordinarily large gear in through this rock mound. You gonna carry that? We brought luxury items this time. Chairs. And a table.
Is that a cut? Yeah, put it on the stringer.
Ha! All right. We're here setting up camp, and Rex has been fishing, and he already has a little something for dinner. Gonna put it on the stringer, and we're gonna do a little catch and cook tonight.
Rex got fish, yeah. You can see him. Here's the fisherman who caught it, and we're camping here for the night. So, and Rex is catching us some dinner, that's what I just showed you. So, that would be it for me today. I'm out.
Well, we just finished getting set up with our tent and all the rest of our gear. It's time to go see if we can catch a few trout for dinner. And right here's our setup. There's our tent, and conveniently, right there's the river. So we don't have far to go to see if we can catch some fish. I think Rex already has 2 cutthroat on a stringer down here. So we'll get a couple of more big ones and we'll have our dinner. Beautiful river. It's got cutthroat, rainbows, and some bull trout in it. Rex was just fishing this nice, beautiful hole right here. I think that's where he caught a couple of cutties. But I don't know where he disappeared to. He must have gone downstream there somewhere. Did you catch any more fish?
Yeah, caught one more. First one's the biggest, 9 inches
Okay.
or so. This first one. Here's the second one. It's probably 6 or 7 inches. This one is probably about the same, 6 or 7.
Beautiful. Really pretty fish. Are they cutthroats?
Yes.
All 3 cutthroats. Well, that'll be a little bit of dinner for us tonight.
We still.
Now we need to see if Dad can catch one. Rex and I are just working our way down the river here, and we come to these beautiful little holes every now and then. where you've got a little bit of drop off and some structure that creates some backwater and a little bit of a hydraulic there where fish like to feed. Oh, I see Rex here. He's already got a rod and a line in the water. Nice cutty. Just landed a beautiful trout. Well, I thought it was a cutthroat, but it's a rainbow. Beautiful fish. Correction on this fish that I just caught. It is a cutthroat. It's getting some nice pink on it, indicating that it's in breeding color. And for this little river, this is a keeper. So we're going to go ahead and put it on the stringer, and this will become part of our dinner tonight. Well, we've got our camp set up on this little river right behind us that's a tributary to the South Fork of the Clearwater. And we've got 4 nice little cutthroat trout here for dinner. And just out of luck, we've got a nice cool stream running right in front of camp and a river behind. So we're going to keep these babies in the cold water until it's time to fillet them and get them ready for dinner. You have a really sharp fillet knife. You can even get fillets off these pretty small trout. Fish this size too, you can just go ahead and cook whole. You can put them on a green stick. You can wrap them up in foil. Lots of different ways you can do these guys. I decided to just go ahead and fillet them because we've got a griddle we're going to cook them on tonight. Probably just simply in some butter, salt, pepper, and maybe a little bit of lemon. Alright, we're going to get a little fire going for tonight's dinner. We're going to have the bounty from the land tonight. We're going to make a little bit of bear chili from a bear I shot a couple of weeks ago. We've got some freshly ground meat and we have the other ingredients with us. And so we're going to make a little bear chili in the Dutch oven here. And we just caught 4 cutthroat trout from the river behind us. Actually, I only caught 1. Rex caught 3 of them. And so we're going to have cutthroat trout to go with it. Now it's time to get a fire going though. I've got some Spanish moss here that I just pulled off of some of the fir trees back here. Spanish moss works okay when it's really, really dry, so this stuff's pretty dry. And then I've got some small sticks here and some bigger ones over here, and a little bit of just a little fire lay, just some sticks stacked up so we can get some air underneath this. I've got that fluffed up into a bird's nest, and I've got my little kit with me that I always carry. And we're just going to use a ferro rod. Hopefully we won't have to resort to anything unnatural here. Try to get a little hole in our nest and see if we can get the Spanish moss to take us apart. That didn't take long. Alright, it looks like that did the trick. Fire's always a wild card, even in dry places like where we are in Idaho right now. We're in part of the west where it gets pretty dry. This is July 5th, so we're starting to get into summer. It can still be difficult to get a fire going. People, I think, are surprised when the first time they come camping or do any bushcraft and they need to get a fire going and they can't do it. At least they can't do it without a lot of paper and matches and gasoline and lighter fluid. That's the way I learned to light a fire when I was a kid. Uh-oh, look at this coming back. Any more fish?
No.
Rex got himself into some ants, and he was really yelping. They were crawling all over him and nibbling him to pieces, I think. Hey, time to start making chili. Oof. Hey, hon, is there a knife in here I can use?
Yeah, sure, you can use mine.
Ooh, you're gonna let me use your new knife?
Yes.
Look at this beautiful knife that was given to Rex.
I'm not going to cry.
Okay, you say so.
My hands are gonna smell like onion.
Yes, they are.
You're not crying, Layla.
You probably have to kind of saw it. That worked pretty well.
And I didn't cry.
No! I'm Debbie Rohrbaugh, and welcome to the Camping Chef. Today we're gonna make bear chili.
All right, we got our fire going a little while ago, and we had some pretty big stuff on here, and we let it burn down. You don't want to cook over flame. You just want to cook over nice coals like this. We still have a little bit of flame in here. We'll spread around. And I positioned these rocks so that we could put our Dutch oven right on there to make our bear chili. Take this lid off, and we're going to start with some pieces of bacon that we've got chopped up for fat, and we're going to put those in there. And we don't hear anything yet because I just put the Dutch oven on there, but as warm as that fire is, it won't take long for that to get sizzling. Once that gets worked up a little bit, we've got some onion here, and we're going to put this onion in and just let the bacon render a little bit, get some of the good fat out of it. These onions in here. So we've got the bear meat back here in a Ziploc bag. I shot the bear about 2 weeks ago, maybe 10 days ago, I guess. And we ground a lot of the meat, bagged it, and froze it. Bear meat, you know, unlike something like a deer or an elk, bear meat needs to be cooked thoroughly like pork. So it's best for doing things like roasts or having ground meat that you can make chili or tacos or lasagna, spaghetti sauce. I mean, anything you can use ground meat for. Meatloaf. You can use with the ground bear meat. Oh, that smells good. Bacon
That smells
and
good.
onions.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Speaking of bears, every bear in the county can probably smell us.
Yeah. That's a good point. We're
blowing right into our tent.
where we're camped is probably only about, as the crow flies, maybe 5 miles from where I shot the bear, and there are a lot of bears around here. So we'll have to do the right thing with our food tonight. Make sure it gets stowed well away from our campsite. I don't know if any of you have ever cooked in a Dutch oven or in anything else over a wood fire, but it gets incredibly hot. When you think about how hot your stovetop gets and glows red, this Dutch oven's only been on here for a few minutes, and see, hot. The onions and bacon already starting to brown real nice. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and add the bear burger. So we've got a little more than a pound of ground bear burger here. That's what's considered a spring bear, and spring bears aren't quite as fatty as fall bears. So as this goes in, you'll see a little bit of fat, but it's actually pretty lean meat, hence the need for the bacon that we put in earlier. Get that right in there. One thing about cooking over a wood fire is you can't just reach over and turn the dial down if you've got too much heat. You sort of just have to live with it. You can move some coals out of the way or move your Dutch oven around if you have too much heat. Got a little too much right now, but I think I can live with it. I'll give you a first-hand look here. That's the onion, the bear burger, and the bacon in there. And now it's time to add some tomato sauce. I can open a little more. Good work, Belle. Empty? Can you peek in there?
Get in there.
Get in there. Okay, so we've got some chili spice here that I made up ahead of time. It's chili powder, paprika, cumin, granulated garlic, salt, pepper, a little bit of cayenne pepper. I did taste it, but I'm going to check it again.
Hey, let me check it. Oh,
Good. A little bit spicy, but not terrible. Okay, everybody get a finger in there. We're all family here. We don't care about fingers in our spice.
Tasty. Taste.
Give it a try. you need a little more. Good stuff. All right, so this is the chili spice mix that I made up ahead of time. We're going to use a sophisticated measuring system here. It's about a palmful to start, maybe a wee bit more. I don't want to go too much. That might be too much. And put that in there, and then what I usually like to do is just stir that around and let it simmer for maybe 5 minutes and let all the spices sort of work their way through and give it the flavor, and then taste it and see how it is. Needs more spice, you add more, but you can always add more, you can't take it away. Man, it smells good.
Good.
Good, but it needs more spice. Hold your hand out. Okay, put that in there. Dump her right in. Stir it in for me. We're just going to give it a couple more minutes and we'll test it again. And once we get the spice level right, then I'm going to put the lid on it and just let it cook through and let all those flavors blend together. Then we're going to pull this off of here and put the griddle pan on, and Rex is going to make some trout.
The kids caught a mud puppy and they're creating a little habitat over here for it. Show us your mud puppy. There it is.
He's scared. I got a little bushcraft tool.
Can't tell, did he scoot away? Oh, he's down here now.
I know, those things can be invisible.
He's kind of crazy looking.
Look at those little gills. Cut some of these carrots up here for the fish we're doing. Oops. Carrots are running away. All right.
Oven? What are you doing? Cake?
Cool.
Eat some of that strawberry shortcake like we had the other night.
Got these carrots and bacon here. Because Mom forgot butter.
It's true.
We got these nice trout fillets here. And I'm just gonna cube them.
There we go. Where'd that poor towel go? It keeps disappearing.
There you are, chef.
All right. I'm gonna take this bacon here and put it on the pan just like that. This is going to add some oil, some grease, some fat to the pan, and also add nice flavor to the trout. Okay, so we're gonna put the bacon here. Oh yeah. Now we're gonna grab our carrots. Just sprinkle them. Just sprinkle them on. All those carrots come towards the nipple. Now those are sizzling in the pan.
All right, we're keeping it simple here. We're going to serve up the bear chili in coffee mugs, and then we'll clean the mugs tonight and have coffee in them tomorrow.
All right, this looks good.
It's really good.
Should we do a cheers? Chili cheers.
Chili cheers.
Oh,
I've only tried a few bites.
Oh my god, that's good.
really good.
You like it?
I'm liking it. Bear meat gets a bad rap as not being as good as other traditional game meats like elk or deer, but it's really delicious. The bear exchanged its energy to give us energy for our family. The whole system, the whole ecosystem is just about energy. Energy flows from one being to the next.
Not exactly from us to the next, unless you're a cannibal.
It did traditionally, because when we died, we would go back into the earth, and in the earth we would create nutrients, and the cycle of life would start all over again. All right, I'm going to go in here on some of Rex's trout. This is cutthroat trout with bacon, carrots.
I think it needs a little salt. He thinks it's no good. I think it just needs some
I
salt.
don't think it's good.
That's good. I agree that it needs a little salt. The trout that we've been catching here are native trout. They're not stocked. And so they're really flavorful.
We're gonna go to the river and do some dishes. I gotta wash them. Go rinse those. Here, leave it.
I should be calm.
Okay. Uh-oh. Whoa, Mila. Here, give it to me.
Yeah, will you eat this one? I want my brown.
Oh, eat it. Good for you.
I want mine just right.
We're leaving Idaho the day after tomorrow, and I'm curious how the rest of the family feels about it.
How many words is it? Don't want to
Dad,
go.
Mom,
4
do it.
words.
Oh,
Jack Abernathy with President Theodore Roosevelt during the wolf hunt in 1905. 1904, the snow fell quietly over Washington, D.C. One thing about these old percolator pots is that it takes a while for the water to get boiling and for the coffee to get nice and rich and dark. So I think I'm going to go do a little fishing while that's perking. Not a big fish, but a beautiful little cutthroat trout from this small river here in Idaho. Beautiful. I caught some bigger one of these last night. I can't get enough of these fish. So pretty. All right, let's get this guy back in the water. Oh, there he goes. We've been fly fishing and fishing with small spinners in these little rivers here in Idaho. And when you're fishing with a spinner in fast water like this, it's best to cast pretty much straight across and allow your spinner to get sort of swept downstream and then start reeling, and it looks much more natural if your spinner is sweeping and coming across the river and upstream a little bit at the same time. You can also throw downstream and reel up. That works. Never throw upstream with a spinner. You'll just get stuck. Oh, just missed one. They're in here. It's a beautiful little piece of water here. I'm going to throw this spinner out and see if we can bring in a cutthroat. There's some rainbow in here. I don't have much time because I put a pot of coffee on the fire before I left, and I'll bet it's just about done, but I can't resist making a few more casts here. Oh, there he is. There he is. I knew there'd be one in there. Just knew it. These fish are so feisty. This water is so cold. It's all snow melt. This is a beautiful little cutthroat. You can just see the little orange-red pattern right underneath the gill there. We're going to go ahead and get this guy right back in the water. There he goes. Let's see if we can get another one. Oh, here we go. Here we go. There we go. Nice fish. Beautiful fish. Look at how lively these fish are in here. Absolutely crazy. This is a beautiful rainbow. This is a keeper-sized fish for in here, but we're going to put this guy back. Get you back in the water. There he goes. All right, I put a pot of coffee on before I left. Fire was nice and low, so hopefully it didn't boil over. But I just couldn't resist doing a little fishing this morning. Just fished this small stretch of the river right here, and caught several cutthroat trout and one decent rainbow. Head back now and have a little bit of coffee. Heading back into camp now. See how this coffee is doing. I think I hear Debbie and the kids starting to wake up in the tent, so I'll get her a cup of coffee going and see what the kids want for breakfast. It's going to be a good morning. Mama's awake, and Mama's not happy till she gets her coffee. So it's time to fix her a little bit of Java Joe. She likes hers with a little bit of cream and sugar. Stir that up a little bit. It's like coffee ice cream for breakfast.
Oh!
All right, time for Mom to get her coffee.
Thanks, Dad. That looks good. Oh, it's hot. 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 What do you say? Hot but good.
Hot but good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That is a good looking breakfast. And flips. Dad. Whoa. All right. Looks good. Should we plate it up?
Breakfast in the backcountry. Looks good. Can't wait to dig in. That's good.
See? Today is our last full day here in Idaho. We're going to wrap up this camping trip and then pack up our camper, and we're heading to Montana tomorrow.
Is Montana?
With mixed feelings.
We love Montana, but the Idaho backcountry is tough to